Welcome to Soul Horizons Tarot. Doing a love reading for the sign of Capricorn regarding who's coming towards you, romantically speaking. Keep in mind this is a general reading, therefore if it does not sound familiar, if it does not fit your situation, it is not your story. This is future oriented, so it might not sound familiar to some of you, but some of it might, especially if you do know the person. But anyway, moving on. Let me know in the comments if it does, if it comes towards you in the future and you remember this reading. Share your story, and like, share, subscribe as you see fit. I've already done a pre-shuffle, and we're going to do a little bit different. I'm not going to do laying out the cards like I normally do. I'm just going to take what comes. Alright, so first card is going to be, who is this person coming towards you regarding romantic love? So who is this person, please? For the singles, this is meant for singles. Alright, we got the Wheel of Fortune. That is Sagittarius, but it could also be fixed. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. What is it that this person... No, sorry. Next one is challenges and obstacles. What is the biggest challenge and or obstacle that could potentially block this connection? It could be on their side, it could be on your side, or it could be a mutual energetic thing. But what is the biggest challenge or obstacle here regarding this connection or potential connection between Capricorn and the person coming towards them, please? What's the biggest challenge or obstacle? Let me turn that down a little. Tell me. Alright, we're going to do 3 shuffles. 3 more shuffles. 1. Okay, there we go. 2. Don't need to do that. Alright, Temperance, that's more Sagittarius. A lack of the ability to balance something out, to heal something, to bring something to create something. Not the right time, poor timing. Temperance can talk about something coming in at the right time, right place, divine timing, some people say. In this case, this is the challenge. What does this person want? What do they truly want? What is it that they desire, either with Capricorn or with relationships in general? What are their true motives and intentions in coming towards Capricorn or in relationships in general? What is it this person wants, please? What is it that they truly want, wish, and or hope for regarding love? Alright, 3 more shuffles after that. Okay, never mind. We got 2, but I'm taking the one that landed up, face up. That's the Star. It did come in the challenge position, though. Alright, so they want a wish fulfillment. The Star is like ultimate success. You can reach no further or higher than the stars. It is a dream, a wish, a hope, ultimate success. Tell me, what does this person have to offer? Either to Capricorn or in love. What do they have? What does this person have to offer? Okay. Commitment, devotion, seeing something through to the end, even when it gets hard. Possibly. Clarifiers could change this, but they want to invest and they have the capacity to do so from this so far. Of course, clarifiers can't change it. How are they going to offer it? How is this person going to offer it? Either to Capricorn. How are they going to, what's their approach? What's their action? Okay, we got 2 there. I'll take it. That's the second time. Actually, this card came out with star, and I put it back. So it really wants to be here. I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath the star, just because that's originally how it came out. So it obviously wants to be here. Yeah, I'm getting a strong sense of determination from this. With the Page of Pentacles, it could start out as like a small offer, but it is still solid. Usually the pages you can take serious, or the page, not the pages, the Page of Pentacles is the one that you can take seriously. It's coming from a good place. Intentions are there, especially with that 7 of Pentacles backing it up. Let me look at advice. What are your messages of truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance, and advice for Capricorn regarding this person, regarding the connection, regarding the situation? Judgment. That's Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and now Scorpio energy there with Judgment. We'll see what that's about. It could go either way, honestly. It could be open-minded to some kind of revolutionary rebirth. It could talk about second chances, but it could also talk about shutting something down and ending it. But that's not all Judgment refers to. Alright, let's look at the probable outcome. What is the probable, not definitive, tarot cannot dictate free will, and shouldn't, probable outcome, 9 of Pentacles. So we could have like real steady progress going from the 7 to the 9, but sometimes that 9 of Pentacles can talk about being single. We'll see. Overall, long-term, real-world potential of this connection between the two of you. What is the overall, long-term, real-world potential between Capricorn and the person coming in towards them? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What's the long-term, real-world potential? Almost had one. That's 2. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Okay, thank you. We had a popper. Okay, Hierophant. I say this is probably one of the few decks where I do not like the depiction of the Hierophant. It feels more like slavery than it does obedience rather. But we'll see how that plays out. That's Taurus energy. Can talk about higher level of commitment, marriage, vow, promise, commitment. Sorry, honoring something like a deal, or I think that's alright right there actually. But it can be strict adherence, and that's kind of what I get from this particular, just the illustration of it. Alright, so we're going to start off first with, move that over there. Who is this person? Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, that could go a couple different ways for who someone is, so let's just look and see what else comes out. Tell me about that Wheel of Fortune for who is this person? Who is this person? It could be somebody that you meet by happenstance, by utter and sheer luck, or out of the blue. Tell me, okay. We got the King of Swords. So it definitely could be Aquarius or Gemini, Libra. We do have, I mean, signs aren't always relevant. Somebody who's very methodical, logical, looks at the facts, doesn't always, well, prefers to keep things factual instead of how it feels, so makes decisions based on what they know versus what they feel about something. Very intelligent. With the King of Swords is somebody that's very good with numbers, memory, math or science, but also good with determining things. Like, they would make a good judge because they can remain impartial, but we'll see what else comes out. Tell me more. Tell me more about who this person is coming in towards Capricorn. Tell me more with the King of Swords and Wheel of Fortune, please. One more. Almost. Alright, we're going to do 3 shuffles. That's 1, 2, alright, I got 2 actually. Let's see what that is. We got Judgment. Again, that was your advice. And the Page of Cups. Okay. This does feel like a second chance. It could be somebody that you know and wants a second chance with you, or it could be just somebody that wants a second chance at love. Or they're opening up to the possibility of opening their heart again. You may specifically be the person that they would crack that barrier, or that could actually get to the soft and squishy center. The King of Swords is not usually someone that we think of as very loving, very romantic. Their love language would be very different from any of the other kings. So the King of Cups would express themselves emotionally, they'd talk about their feelings. The King of Wands would probably go through action, passion, physical touch. The King of Pentacles could be physical touch, but also providing, buying gifts, or likes to receive gifts. The King of Swords would be just showing up, being present, listening, advising. But we do have the Page of Cups here. Tell me about that King of Swords. We did have one fly out, but I hadn't asked yet. 6 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, you could know this person just because the 6 of Cups is here. So we could have some history here. That might be why that wheel is showing up. It could be somebody returning from the past. Doesn't necessarily mean that you've had a relationship. It could be like a long-term friend. Tell me about that King of Swords. It's a very contemplative kind of king there. Maybe thinking back with nostalgia or reminiscing. 9 of Cups. So yeah, there's something that they want with the 9 of Cups that is similar to the Star, but it's minor arcana. The 9 of Cups would be more like very singular, like gratification. Why does it sound like this music is not playing? Because it's not, huh? But somebody, yeah, it seems like somebody is like looking back at the past and reminiscing And for some reason they've kind of come to a conclusion here with the Judgment card that they're ready to open themselves back up to love, or they're ready to make an offer. It could even be like an apology. But for the King of Swords, that would be something that it wouldn't be their natural, they wouldn't, it's not like the King of Swords doesn't have feelings, but it's not natural for them to, it's not as natural to them as it would be to the King of Cups, if that makes sense. However, they are looking back and reminiscing either about the connection with you, or you as a friend, or what they could have had in terms of love. Maybe it's even about children. The idea of being a father, or a mother, or a progeny? Is that the right word? I don't even know why that came to my head. It's not something I would usually think. Yeah, okay, something that left a lasting impression, though. Maybe you made a lasting impression on this person, and they really haven't been able to let the thought of you go. Oh, what am I doing? Wheel of Fortune. The main thing here does kind of feel like somebody from the past, though. So just like an affirmation, or rather confirmation, that you know who this person is. It's not giving me a whole lot of details of who they are, more about what's going on in their thoughts. Alright, oops. Whoopsie. Let's look at the Temperance. That is Sagittarius energy. So is that, but it's also, like I said, fixed signs. So let's look at what the biggest challenge or obstacle. No, let me ask first. What is the biggest challenge or obstacle here? Tell me about Temperance. Okay. Okay. Inability to balance something, to moderate something, to find the right time, to prioritize something. Priorities maybe have been kind of all over the place, or just they didn't have the time to prioritize relationships, or you. If this is somebody that you had dated in the past. Maybe their priorities are not in alignment, and that's something that they're trying to work on. But it is still in the challenge position, so it's still something that they haven't quite, and this could be on your end as well. You both could be very busy, juggling life, work, social, the social scene, responsibilities versus wants, rather needs versus wants. The inability to make time as well. Like poor timing, poor time allocation. Tell me one more with the Two of Pentacles and Temperance. They're the biggest challenge or obstacle here. Somebody could have been also with the Temperance there and the Two of Pentacles. Could be sliding back into old patterns or habits, especially if it came to some kind of addiction. In any form. Okay, I just got one that flipped. Hold on. Five of Wands. Yeah, just a lot going on with that Five of Wands. A lot of distraction, a lot of static noise, a lot of directions to go, but not a clear one. No clear direction has been defined. Anything on Temperance? Oh, that's too many. Oh yeah, somebody was very, very focused on themselves, what they wanted, what they consisted of their own sense of their sense of happiness. Tell me one with Temperance. Just poor ability to properly moderate something, to balance, to get the flow and the rhythm down. Very distracted or very caught up in all the noise, all the chatter, all the distractions of life. Tell me anything else you can about this. I don't think I really need it. This makes sense. If you're going to show me now, because I'm about to move on. One. Okay, thank you. 3 of Wands. So, possibly procrastination as well, putting something off until the right time, but the timing has never been right, and now somebody's coming to the realization that there's no point or period where everything just aligns just so. Sometimes you have to make the time. Okay, so an inability to balance out certain things. Just mainly life in general, but it could be work, it could be family, it could be, again, priorities. Alright, so let's look at what they want. Star card, Aquarius. I feel like they've held on to hope for a very long time and they're not going to give up, especially because that 7 of Pentacles, or 7 of Wands is there. Tell me more about what this person wants. It's like they want a star to guide them. They want a reason to hold on to. They want someone to fight for. A purpose. They want purpose. That's what it is. They want meaning. Purpose and meaning. They don't want just hope. High Priestess. That's Pisces energy. Cancer as well. Scorpio, but mainly just Pisces. Let's say Pisces energy. They're listening to inner dialogue here. They're listening to their intuition. The King of Swords is not someone that is super intuitive. It's not like they don't have intuition. It's just that they rely on, again, the things that they can see, touch, smell, taste. And intuition is not something like that. It's beyond that realm. But here, it's like they're finally paying attention to it. And what they want is to follow that. They're like having a come to Jesus moment. It almost feels like a midlife crisis, but they might not be anywhere near that age. It's just that because it's completely changing who they are as the King of Swords into someone that's looking out at things that they can't see, they can't prove exist, but they know regardless are there. Tell me about the High Priestess. Tell me about that High Priestess and the Star. For what does this person want? What are their true motives and intentions? Tell me one more. 1, 2. Again, 2 of Swords on the bottom. They want, yeah, it's about clear purpose. They're tired of this 5 of Wands, I feel like. They're wanting something that brings them certainty of purpose, and awareness, this very keen awareness. Tell me about that High Priestess. I do want to know about that. can sometimes talk about secrets or unknown, but it's mostly intuition, spiritual knowledge. Okay. The Tower. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's 3 major arcana here, but this is Scorpio, Aries. So yeah, there's been something that has brought them. It is very much like a come to Jesus moment or a midlife crisis. Like something has happened that has put them directly in the path of Source. There's some kind of intervention moment that happened, and what it has done is given them a clear purpose, that they need purpose, where that is someone to help clear the clutter, and not like as a means to like, this would be useful to me, so let me harness this. It's more like, I'm ready to not do this by myself. I'm ready to have a reason beyond just day-to-day life. I don't want to have to try to fight and convince myself that there's a reason I'm doing everything, and there's an ends to the means of things. I want a reason, a person to help me through life, to struggle beside. They don't want to do it alone anymore, basically, is what I'm saying. And it happened through some kind of intervention, like something happened, something significant happened that made them very aware. They can no longer deny the presence of whatever that star means to them, whatever that tower moment meant. It's made something very abundantly clear to this person that they would like in a relationship to have purpose beyond just the mundane, just the struggle. Alright, moving on to what they have to offer. What does this person have to offer? Tell me about that 7 of Pentacles. It could even be like somebody that was always very logical, like an atheist discovering that there's things that can't be explained. I'm not saying that, atheists are wrong. I'm just saying, like, it's that moment of realization that there's something beyond logical explanation. It might not be that exactly, but it's like that. Tell me about it. There has to be something beyond, or a bigger purpose beyond. Okay, tell me about that 7 of Pentacles. What do they have to offer? They can help achieve dreams. It's not just, you want something in one hand and, the crude way to say that would be want in one hand and shit in the other, see what happens first. But this is like, okay, we want something, so let's go out there and do the work to succeed at it. This person may have the ability to see things to completion in a way that we can feel rewarded for our efforts, as opposed to just sitting back and hoping it comes to pass. It could be because they have the resources, the knowledge, the status to achieve that. The 7 of Pentacles just clarified. Okay, thank you. Tell me one more. What this person has to offer. What does this person have to offer to Capricorn or to relationships in general? They have the backbone to back it up. And that's... Tell me. Okay, thank you. Four of Wands. So, okay, yeah, somebody who's very, like I said, determined, but also stable, secure, trustworthy. The Four of Wands is all about something you... stability, structure, safety. It could be that they, could provide you with a home. Or they could help you in business. It may be because they've already achieved a certain level in their life. That they have the resources or the knowledge or experience. But it's not just about success for fame or notoriety or status or power. It's like they have the ability to show up and be someone that can be reliable, because that's what safety means. Safety is knowing what you're going to get. It's not expectations and then those expectations fall through. Tell me, I don't know why I want to use this deck. Tell me about that Seven of Pentacles. Tell me about that Seven of Pentacles, about what this person has to offer. This is working for something, knowing that, it can be talk about not knowing, but in this case, yeah, for some of you, this person could enhance your financial, your prosperity, your abundance. It could be that they have built a home, they have land, they have resources, but it's more about stability. It's more about knowing someone has your back and that you're not going to have to do it alone, because this person will work just as hard. It doesn't feel like this is a person that wants to talk about what we want. It's just like, let's get it done. Alright? So, very secure, very stable, very reliable. How about that Six of Wands? Anything else on that Six of Wands? Okay. Ten of Swords. Yeah, if there's anything that you have struggled through, they know how to overcome. And especially for those, like the King of Swords on the bottom, especially for those of you that it does resonate that this is someone that you know from the past. This is saying that this time around, they know, because they know where they failed, so they know how to not fail. But I'm not gonna focus on that, because I don't want anybody that has left a relationship for a good reason to go back to somebody, make a choice based on a reading. If this person is abusive, if this person has made you feel unsafe, if this person is just not right for you, you know it, don't return to that. Unless there's very, very clear and undeniable indication otherwise. But even then, I would be very cautious. So I'm going to keep it as this is somebody who hates losing so much that they'll do everything in their power to not. Okay, this is not the type of person that's going to crumble when things get hard. Because they like to win, but also because it's a point of integrity, morals. Alright, moving on. How are they going to offer it? This is what they have to offer. This is how they're going to offer it. How are they going to show up? What action are they going to take? How are they going to approach you? Tell me about that Page of Pentacles, please. For how is this person going to show up? What are they going to do? What are they going to say? Tell me about that with the Page of Pentacles. me more. Tell me more. Okay. See what that is. 2 of Wands, yeah. They're going to offer a choice. An opportunity here, but with the 2 of Wands, it's it almost feels like a loaded question. Obviously, anytime you take a chance and tell someone what you'd like or or how you feel, it's always a loaded question. Like, underneath will you go out with me is the potential to be rejected. And everybody in that scenario knows it. They know a no means I'm not interested in you. And you know that you'll be letting someone down. But there's something beyond that that I'm not picking up or understanding yet. Maybe it's because they know they're not your cup of tea. I don't know why, but I'm looking at this dog here. And then this person, in this card, there's 2 cats. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm drawn to. So it's kind of like a dog person versus a cat person, but I'm sure it's deeper than that. Tell me one more. One more with the 2 of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. It could be all in their head, though. They could approach with the idea that you're out of their league, or they're not your type. Tell me one more. Okay. Page of Cups. So yeah, they're going to express a desire here. Behind that desire is a solid offer, but it is kept small. And I think part of it is because that 2 of Wands is there. They're not quite sure how to approach. Or when they do approach, it's kind of like with the expectation, a certain expectation that it won't be accepted, or it might not be. I think there's a reason behind that. I'm going to look and see what shows up with that 2 of Wands. Why is that 2 of Wands here? Why is that here? What does it represent? Or how this person shows up? Again, for some of you, it could be because you've dated in the past, or you know each other. Maybe they feel like they've been friend-zoned, or you wouldn't be interested. Tell me about that 2 of Wands. Why is that here? Okay. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so this could just be oh, yeah. That makes sense. It's an offer that they've been sitting on for a while, which again comes back to they've known you. You know each other. And they've been sitting on this, trying to juggle whether or not to approach, and then they finally do. They finally do express themselves to you, express interest, or tell you that they've had a crush. Maybe they want to rekindle something here, if there is prior history. Tell me one more. Chariot. Yeah, underneath that small offer is a strong desire to get a yes. There could be distance here. There could be some kind of age gap, or it could be like a boss or even an employee asking a boss there's some type of differential here, and it could be just because closing the friendship gap. Maybe that's what it is. But it's almost like a leap, a leap into uncertainty. But the desire is so strong with the Chariot showing up to move something forward, to succeed. It could be that they're offering to come visit you, they're offering to pay for your travel, to come see them, they're offering to pick you up in kind of a very romantic fashion. They show up, their offer is small, but they show up and show out with that Chariot, like they show up in style. Maybe you're used to seeing them dressed a certain way, but when they ask you for this date, or when they express it, they like spruce up. They show up in a really fancy car, or they rent a nice car, a nicer car, because they want to impress you. It's almost like the offer doesn't match how they present themselves, in a good way. Like you think that they're just maybe a little silly or foolish, or they're gushing a little too much, or they come up very shy. But then when they do show up to pick you up or whatever, one sec. Yeah, but they show up in style. Interesting. Why does it feel like I put the wrong card? Guess I didn't. Alright, moving on to your advice. What's your advice? That's not your advice. Where's your advice? So I can put that up now. Your advice is over here. Judgment. Tell me about judgment. Tell me about judgment. Why is judgment here for advice for Capricorn? What are your messages of truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance? That is way too many. Like 6 cards, 7 cards. Yeah, too much. Messages of truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance, advice for Capricorn regarding this person, this situation, for their best interest, greatest good, highest potential. With judgment, please. Clarify judgment. What do they need to know here? Alright, doing 3 shuffles. Nope. 5 of Swords. We have to clarify that, because I could interpret that many ways. There could have, if there is history here, there could have been an argument, there could have been a fight, there could have been a, you decided to go in different ways, like your paths diverted. Could be because of a fight or argument, misunderstandings, miscommunication, anger. But it also could be internal conflict. Tell me more. Tell me more about Capricorn's advice. Capricorn's advice here with the 5 of Swords and Judgment. Okay, Justice, but in the challenge. I'm going to clarify that because I want to know what that's, what that's about. I'm getting this, don't be too quick to judge. It's not just outright say yes, but don't be too quick to judge. And that could go in either direction. I think whatever you feel strongly inclined to do, whether that's reject this person, says don't be quick to do that. If it's to accept this offer, don't be quick to do it. because justice is a card about making the choice that's fair, and sometimes that's fair to others. It's kind of like a selfless, like impartial, completely objective decision, verdict, judgment. And sometimes it's fair to self. And that's why I want to be very careful to say, if this is a person that you had history with, and there was valid, justifiable reasons, be careful restarting a cycle with this person. If this is a new person, whatever your stronger inclination to do is, that's the one you need to be wary of, whether it's to reject or to accept. I don't know which direction you're pulling towards. The Five of Swords makes me feel like it's rejection. But there may be a reason why you feel this immediate... Tell me about that Five of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent for their advice? Why is the Five of Swords here? What does that represent? Six of Cups. Okay, because there is history here. Or you're coming out of prior bad experience in your relationships. It's either you have prior history with this particular person, or you have prior experience with something that this person may represent to you. So they may remind you of an ex. They may remind you, it might not be them, it might even be how they show up. Something about how they show up might trigger something, unless this is the person that you do have history with. Don't allow that to... Be very careful not to allow that to project your decision. Make a decision from a clean, new slate. Not for them, for you. Whatever decision you make sure that it's coming from a place of growth. Tell me about judgment. Tell me about... Tell me about judgment, please. I feel like your decision initially will be to make some very strong decision immediately. And with justice in the challenge position, I feel like that's going against your advice here. Do not make any strong decision based on this. No, I'm not taking two. Just give me one card for judgment. That is Libra, Libra energy there, by the way. One. God, I wish I'd looked at those cards too. Three. Yeah, just be sure in whatever decision you make that it's fair. Again, not just for the other person, but for you. If you know you're not in a good place to get involved with someone, then be fair to them. If you know that this person deserves better from you, as far as like maybe you're going through a lot and you don't have the time, that was the challenge, or you cannot logistically be good in a like be present or devote time or energy into something, then be fair to them. But if it's about you and you know that they can, and you know that what they offer isn't what you need, then be fair to you. Because this is all about karma. What you do, no matter your reasons or intentions behind it, will always come back. It can be for the positive or the negative. Just make sure that in making the decision that you make, it's the right one. That's not going to haunt you. You're not going to be paying for later. It's a big decision for some reason. Because Judgment is major arcana. So there are deeper repercussions to whatever you decide here. So I think you need to take your time with it, which is why Justice was there to say, hold on, don't jump to conclusions here, don't assume, don't make assumptions. Think about this and impartially, objectively. Alright, probable outcome. Tell me about it. The Nine of Pentacles. What is the probable outcome here between Capricorn and this person coming towards them? What's the probable outcome with that Nine of Pentacles? Tell me more. Tell me more. Okay. King of Cups. We also had the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Huh. I'm kind of getting a feeling here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to say it, but it's a strong feeling. Tell me, okay? That's strange. Okay. Practically speaking, this is a connection that could take you places. You could have a lot of success with this person. You could probably even earn. Your wealth could expand. You could travel the world possibly. You could experience an entirely different culture. It would be very life-changing. But there's something about it that would be asking a lot of you. And I don't think it's necessarily money or anything that, I mean, it very well could be physical, real world, tangible assets or whatever, but it feels more intangible. Freedom for some reason. There would be freedom as far as it would open up your world, but for some reason you feel still a little bit hemmed in, a little bit trapped, a little bit like a prisoner. And not, I don't think it's nefarious. I think this person has real intentions and good intentions, but I don't think they align with who you are, or at the core of it, it's not necessarily what you want. Again, I'm getting these two very different people that speak entirely different languages almost. They're completely foreign to one another. Their process of showing love it's different. And there's a part of you that would feel a little bit lonely or alone. It's not a bad relationship. It's not like something I would say, no, don't get involved. But there would be an acknowledgement eventually by you that you are not maybe it's even them, that they're not happy, but it feels like you. And with the King of Cups, it's like they're really trying to make you happy, but it's like you're hemorrhaging something here, and it's taking something from you that can't really be given back. And I think that's why the Hierophant's there. And maybe it's just too strict, too traditional, as far as like maybe you have completely different ideas about certain things, adherence to certain rules, and you kind of feel, you end up feeling like, yes, I'm living in my dream home, or I'm traveling all over the world, or I live in a nice house with nice things, but I feel lonely. And it's not necessarily their fault. They're not a bad person. But that would be something that you would have to willingly give up. So that's a question that you need to ask, which I think is why Judgment is here with I don't think you'll go into it not knowing. I think there'll be certain rules. I don't know if they'll be quantified as that. Like they won't be like, here's a list of rules in dating me, like Sheldon and Big Bang Theory. But it's going to be there. Tell me more about the long-term overall potential with the Hierophant. Okay, what's that? Okay, there is potential here. There is definitely potential. It's undeniable. Tell me one more. Tell me more. Tell me more. The Ace of Cups, the Fool, that's Aquarius energy, and the Sun. Wow. Yeah, I see there's amazing potential here, but there's something about this that's a little bit like, maybe it's just you. You're not the traditional type, and you would have to conform to that. I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but maybe you're not the type to settle down. You don't want marriage, or you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship. It could even be the other way around. Maybe they would ask you to have an open relationship, and that's not something that you'd go for, but you know what you would have if you said yes. You would have all these nice things. Material. Yeah, see, look at that. What just came out, Eight of Cups. There would be something that would be missing. And I think it has something to do with conflicting ideas about what a relationship is. And that could be okay if you can adapt. You sacrifice something every time you get in a relationship, regardless of what kind of relationship it is. There's always something you have to sacrifice. But some people have to sacrifice more. Yeah, that's what it is. There's something about this connection. It's phenomenal on the surface. Other people would probably think you are crazy if you didn't go for it. But there's something that you personally would have to give up on. It feels like a strict adherence to a certain set of rules that doesn't vibe with what you believe. You go into it thinking that it's amazing, and then you encounter some kind of policy, like a strict policy that you cannot, and it could be, again, that just marriage in general. Maybe you do not agree with marriage. You would have to change your values. And there would be no room for that. But on the other hand, this isn't a terrible combination of cards. It's mainly a question of, is this something that you can sacrifice? What will you sacrifice? Or what are you willing to sacrifice to be in a commitment with this person? Alright, Capricorn, that is your reading. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this, if it made sense to you, if you're already encountering this or experiencing this. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe as you see fit. I will hope you had a great weekend and enjoy the rest of your week ahead. Thank you to everyone that dropped in and stayed, or those that just dropped in. Regardless, I appreciate all the support. Talk to you guys soon.